Alright guys, so let's look at the roundhouse kick in a little bit more detail. Alright, so one of the key things in the movement, as with all of our striking, we want that movement to be an explosive movement. Right? I'm going to try and build a little bit of tension or like a pre-stretch through my body, and then all at one precise moment I'm going to let that tension go and hopefully translate that into very quick acceleration. Remembering that striking, there's two main elements of this that you need to be aware of. There's the speed or the velocity of the tool that you're impacting with, and there's also the mass of the tool that you're using. So leg is quite big, but my body is bigger. Right? So if I can get myself into a position where I can store a little bit of that energy in here, it's like a elastic potential energy, I think is the correct physics term for it. But basically I'm going to load up a little bit of that weight, and then I'm very rapidly going to shift that weight to my lead leg. Right? And as I shift that weight, I'm going to start a little bit of rotation through my body at the same time. So to alleviate that, I'm going to open my lead hip as I step. Alright? And that's going to stop me stopping my own rotation by my knee taking up that tension. Okay? So I really want to open that or pre-stretch that hip, and then I'm very quickly going to close my hips again through the kick. Alright? So I take my first step out, and then my second leg's going to snap up to that very quickly. Alright? So here. And then, mid-process, I'm going to elevate the knee a little bit. The key thing through the chamber and the extension for the low roundhouse kick is not to pivot out where it feels natural, because you're going to end up pivoting roughly horizontal, which for your leg means you'll be pivoting at your hip height. But that means that you're kicking at the hip as well, and that's not the target for this kick. Remember, the target's for the thigh. So we're actually going to, although we're going to lift it, we're going to roll it ever so slightly downward in the process, making sure that we connect on the leg and not on the hip. Right? So it just takes a little bit of practice to get that angle right. Okay? So a little fast pre-stretch, a little explosive movement, and then a little whipping motion through my hips. And I let that travel out to the foot. So it's going to travel down and finish with the leg extending into the target. For this technique, the goal is not to push the bag, right, or the target. Okay? I want actually a fast transfer of force. And that's what gives you an impact which is going to damage, right? So I want to decelerate really quickly into the target. So I want it to go boom, my leg stops moving and the target takes all the force, right? And you can hear it by the sound of the bag. You get like a low thud on a push, right? But you'll hear a much more distinct snap when the kick impacts faster. Okay. So part of that comes down to just some really simple physics. The force equals mass times acceleration. So what I'm aiming to do is have my leg traveling at the maximum velocity it can by the time it hits the bag, and then at that point, right, the mass of my leg is going to cause the bag to accelerate, and the faster that I can shift that momentum into the bag, the more force that I'm applying, right? And my leg will decelerate and the bag will accelerate, right? So that's the little transfer. So the shorter you can reduce the time that it takes for that impact, the more powerful your kick, right? And it can be quite substantial. So kicking too far through the target creates a really slow transfer of impact. We want to kind of be pulling up to a natural endpoint right as we impact on the person. All right? So kicking without a partner looks a little bit like this. Notice I'm stepping, I'm turning, creating that tension, letting the leg extend to where the target is, and then pulling it back again. I'm not, for my low kick, slugging all the way past. All right? I'm snapping up to the target and then back. All right, again here and back again.